I'm telling you, once you try homemade hummus, you're not gonna want the store-bought stuff again. This recipe is incredible. Check this out. Hey everybody, it's Natasha of natashaskitchen.com. I'm gonna show you how to make hummus. This recipe is simple to make. It comes together in a food processor and it has simple ingredients. We'll start out with some quick prep. You're gonna need chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans. I have a recipe for homemade chickpeas. These are gonna give you the best flavor and texture to your hummus, and they are superior. So if you haven't tried making them, check out our tutorial. You don't have to pre-wash them, it's very easy. But if you're pressed for time, you can use 2 cans of drained store-bought chickpeas, if you really have to. All right, now here's a tip. You don't have to peel your chickpeas to make hummus. It's optional, but if you can get at least some of the peels off, it will give you a silkier, smoother hummus. So when I cook these from scratch, I like to overcook them a little bit. You want them to be really soft. And then if you put the cooked chickpeas into some warm water and just rub them together with your hands like this, it loosens up enough of the skins and you can easily fish them out. And you'll notice the skins just float to the top, so they're easy to collect. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great recipes and tips. All right, once you get most of those skins out, you want to toss those. That's what can add that little rough texture to your hummus. And then just drain your chickpeas. All right, again, totally optional to peel those, but it'll give you the creamiest texture. All right, a little bit more prep here. Next, you'll need some tahini. And tahini is basically sesame seed paste. It smells a little bit like peanut butter, but it has a little bit more potent flavor. These are the 2 favorites that I like to use, and I will link to these in the recipe. This one I got online, and this one's Trader Joe's. They're both really good, but whatever kind you use, you might see some settling, so make sure that you stir it to combine until it's really creamy and smooth. All right, once you've got this stirred together and you can see it's really well blended, super smooth, that's why I love these 2 brands, you're gonna measure out 2/3 cup of tahini, so you have that ready when you need it. You'll also need about 5 to 6 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. I'm using 2 medium lemons, and I do like to squeeze a little bit extra because you can add the lemon juice to taste. Also, go ahead and peel 2 large garlic cloves. We're gonna grate that into the hummus. Here's a quick tip. The easiest way to peel those stubborn garlic skins is to cut off the rough ends, then smash them with the side of your knife. The skins should come right off. Making hummus is truly easy, and it just comes together in the bowl of a food processor. We're gonna start with 5 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Next, add your 2 large garlic cloves, and you can finely mince them up, but I like to just grate them right into the bowl of the food processor. The garlic gives this great flavor, so make sure you don't skip it. Next, add 1½ teaspoons of fine sea salt, cover with the lid, and pulse that together to combine. We're gonna let that rest for about 10 minutes for the flavors to meld. Scrape down the sides of the bowl, then add your 2/3 cup of tahini. Cover that with the lid and blend until the mixture is thick and smooth. Scrape down the sides of the bowl with the spatula to make sure everything is really well blended. Now with the blender running, we're gonna add 6 to 8 tablespoons of ice water, adding it 1 tablespoon at a time. I like to scrape down the sides of the bowl a couple of times while adding the water to make sure everything is blending together. You can see the mixture is smooth and well combined, and it's time to add the chickpeas. Add your 3 cups of cooked and drained chickpeas, and you can add them all at once. I do like to reserve a handful of those chickpeas to garnish the top of the hummus once it's served. Also add 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin. close the lid and blend until everything is completely smooth and creamy. This takes about 5 minutes. Scrape down the bowl as needed to make sure everything is blending really well. And if the mixture seems too thick, you can add more ice water 1 tablespoon at a time. Once you have the right consistency, it's important to taste test. At this point, you can add more lemon juice, salt, or cumin to taste. I ended up adding that last tablespoon of lemon juice to make it a little more vibrant. Oh yes. Who's excited? All right, and check out this texture. This is so just silky smooth and creamy. It is perfect. And it's time to serve it up. So let me show you how I love to serve it. All right, just grab a serving dish. All right, we're gonna get that blade out of there and get every last drop of hummus because this stuff is good. No hummus left behind. And just transfer it to your serving bowl. And just look at that texture. Okay, and I have learned that the best way to enjoy hummus is fresh like this. Well, it's still a little bit warm because it is super creamy right now, but we can't forget the toppings because those take this to the next level. So what I like to do is drizzle some extra virgin olive oil all over the top and be generous. Then don't forget to add those reserved bit of chickpeas that we saved because they make a great garnish. Also sprinkle on some paprika and just add that to taste. And last but not least, to give it that beautiful pop of color and flavor, I do like to add some fresh chopped parsley. All right, I would say that is pretty picture perfect right there. And so delicious. We're gonna go right into this taste test because I cannot wait any longer. I've been craving hummus. And seriously, once you try homemade, you really won't want the store-bought stuff anymore. There's just no comparison. Fresh is amazing. Or that's how I felt anyway. All right, here we go. Dunkaroo, a little bit of all the toppings. And I do love to serve this with warm pita bread, and I have a really good recipe for homemade pita bread if you feel so inclined. But warm pita bread, or you can use pita chips, vegetables, whatever you like. This is next level. My kids also love it too. And it keeps really well in the fridge. So it's perfect for like school lunches, work lunches. Also really good with veggies. It's like one of the only ways that I can get my son to eat cucumber slices is with a little bit of hummus. All right, and there might be more hummus than cucumber, but that's okay, because hummus is actually pretty good for you. Look that up, you'll see. Oh, wow. This makes my day. What a treat. And really simple to make. I love that it all just comes together in the food processor. I feel like I could eat my weight in hummus. I could totally eat my weight in this hummus. It's so good. And it's loaded with protein, so you totally could make a meal out of it. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, by the way, did you spot Sharky? So we've been doing this thing where we hide a little shark in our last few videos, and let me know if you saw him and where in the video exactly you saw him in the comments. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Natasha's Kitchen.